I'm gonna record this part of the segment and I'm gonna put this on the Mermaid Live channel. Oh God, I just hope and pray. Dad, if you ever watch this video, I'm so sorry. He said, what is that ancient contraption? First of all, yeah, this is the very early days of a portable DVD player. I remember, I think it was like 2000 or 2001, like DVDs started actually coming out to media. Jimmy, what's up, Jimmy? He said, don't tell us. Nah, I'm gonna say it. So, like I said, my dad had a very heavy collection of like CDs and DVDs and everything like that, right? I grew up very music based. Like my dad played like a lot of house music, a lot of reggae music. So on weekends, a lot of times I'd be waking up to him cleaning the house, but playing either house music or playing like some old reggae, or we'll be watching I forgot the name of the damn show where it's like Rachel, and she would go to different islands and fuck, I forgot the name of it. She'll go to like different islands and talk about everything, and you know, it was on BET. BET used to be very cultured, but I digress. So being a kid, you know, I used to go through my parents' stuff a lot. Like when I tell you my parents had to put a lock on their bedroom door, they had to, because I would always go in there. I had no business being in their room at times. But so I'm looking through, I was actually looking to see a movie because I wanted to watch something, but I noticed my dad had it within his room. And I'm going through the CDs and everything, right? I'm going through all these damn CDs, and I see this one in particular that it had like clouds and everything on it. Like it was blue. It had clouds on it, and had like this, you know, this bold writing in red. And this was the first time I ever seen the word ebony. Just me saying this word by itself, y'all know what type of thing it is that I'm talking about when it's gonna take a turn. It's gonna take a wild turn. So I seen this vid. I was by myself as that. I was by myself at home. I can't remember what time of the year this was, but I was by myself. My parents was at work. I swear to God, I put this on my grandfather's grave, that I saw this DVD and I was like, well, what is this? I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before. So my dumbass decided to go ahead and take that specific, I said, fuck the movie I was trying to watch. What is this DVD? So I go ahead and I get this damn portable DVD and I pop this CD in there. I'm watching this thing, and when I tell you, it went from like, it showed like a screen, and then all of a sudden you hear like this type of music. You know what I mean? It wasn't even on like some type of like couch type of shit. These are homemade movies of corns, if you will. So I was just like, I've never seen anything like this before. So my dumbass is watching this. I think I was like 12. I was like 12, 11, 12, 13. I can't remember. I was pretty young. Watching these things, right? And I'm like, whoa, oh yeah. Like very early on watching these videos and shit. Like, what's the Superhead was on there? Like her ass was on there. That was the first time I seen her with the fucking video with that one dude. I think his name was like Marcus or something. And it was just like, she put him to shame. Like, lickety split, that they had to do another one because of the shit. He got mad. So when I was just like, I'm like, wow. So here I am at a very early age watching videos at an early age. Because why? Because it was in the collection of DVDs that I was on top of, like, because, you know, my parents had their bed, but they had like closets that was like connected to the bed and everything like that. So it was on top of it. So I went on top of the bed. I took the stack of DVDs And then may I add, it wasn't just one DVD, there was two. There was two DVDs of this intermixed within this. And this isn't the first time it is I've come across like my dad having some things that I was just like, what is this? Um, One time where I'm exposing my dad, and I am also exposing myself. Dad, if you're watching this video, please don't. Just immediately turn off. Don't ask me about it. Don't call me. There's none of that stuff. I had no business being in that shit. Okay, I had no business looking through that and being curious. You know what I'm saying? What's up, still? Um, but yes, there was a time where it is my dad was had came out of the bathroom and I had to go use it. And I seen a Playboy magazine next to the toilet. It wasn't even like you wasn't even trying to hide it. You know, you wasn't even trying to hide the whole Playboy magazine. It was next to the toilet. So now I'm like, well, what is this? So I'm looking through the entire magazine from like cover to cover, like, oh, as if it's like normal, like some like regular shit and whatnot. And of course, I put it back and act like it is like I didn't see this, right? So then I happen to go into, again, when it is my parents is at work. When I say it is that I had no business doing this. I was a rebellious kid. I had no business going to my parents' room, looking through this, and I found a stack of my dad's Playboy magazines. A stack of them things. I mean, it was even as bad as to like, you know, the Victoria's Secret the Victoria's Secret like magazines that they used to have in the day. My mom used to get them because she used to get Victoria's Secret. Like back in the day, she used to like Victoria's Secret. But my dad would be looking at these, and some of them had Tyra Banks on there. Granted, Tyra Banks, when it is, she was back in her modeling era, like she had an amazing body. You know, her, Naomi Campbell, a couple other like Victoria's Secret vixens that was in those magazines and stuff. So I would see that. But again, like I had no business filtering through my dad's closet. Now, of course, with my mom, like my mom's closet, she had like a brothel of like perfumes. Like for a while, I wouldn't really want to be like near that because it would be so many different types of smells and everything. My mom used to collect perfumes. Somehow or another, it is my dad would be collecting all different types of CDs, musics, and all a type of interesting videos at that, and magazines. So yeah, unfortunately, being brought back to looking at this damn portable DVD, it just brings back not even like Bruce Almighty, you know what I'm saying? Like it's such a W movie, you know, the solid movies that I watched off of this thing. This just brings me back to a time to where it is that I watch some homemade prawn videos in my early teen years. Oh man, damn. Damn, I hope it is that my parents don't ever watch this video. It was like, so you was going through the room and doing things that you had no business doing. Yeah. I used to do that quite a bit. I ain't gonna lie. You know, just being a kid and just doing stupid shit. You know, going like, if I could go back in time, obviously it is. I would tell myself that, you know, don't do that. But yeah, I used to go through like my parents' room all the time. I was always curious to know like what it is that they had. There was even times to where I would take like my mom's jewelry and I would be like wearing it to school, and I would like sneak to put it back before she gets home from work. But I got caught one time. Nasty work. I was like 14, and I think my mom was pregnant with my brother. So it was me, my sister, and my dad. We'd go out to like the pond. It was this town in New York, upstate New York, that's called Goshen. It's not that far away from Newburgh, if y'all know where these areas are. And we would go feed the little duckies like bread and everything. Come to find out, there's like you can't feed them that because that's actually very terrible for their insides. You're supposed to be feeding them like, you know, seeds and, you know. So my dad, of course, he is the main person it is that did photography. Yeah, I mentioned the belly button piercing story. Yes. Boy, I'll probably say that story again. I'll probably do that again. But my dad took some pictures of me and my sister, and I had on these gold hoops. Now, my dumbass did not take the hoops out because I'm here wearing my mom's earrings and I had no business wearing them. I went into my mom's room without her knowing and I took those earrings and I put them on. And my dad didn't notice because my dad, my dad didn't pay attention to that shit. You know what I mean? So, so now my dad is showing my mom pictures of when we was out at the pond and everything like that. So of course, like he's, getting her attention. It's like, hey, listen, look, like we took these pictures, this, and this. And of course, my mom always have like a funny thing to say about like the faces it is that we make within in pictures and whatnot. She still do this still to this day. And my mom saw me with these earrings. And she was just like, hold up. Ariel, what is this? What do you no, don't say what do you mean? What is this? Whose earrings is that you got in your ears? Oh, she said, give me my earrings back now. And if it's broken, you gonna feel it. PTSD, bro. The immense fear after my mom said that, my pregnant mother said this, I was so scared because I'm just like, oh my God, like, what do I do? Like, I'm about to get in trouble and everything. She's gonna kick me out, all the other shit. So, moral of the story is, my mom hid all of her jewelry and stuff like that. He said, Dad dry snitched on you, bro. Bro, I was so scared. I was so scared because I had no business doing that. And there was a dent in the earrings too. So my mom had to not only get the earrings back from me, I got grounded. And on top of that too, she had to go get the earrings fixed because I put a dent in them. Why? Because I put, like a dumbass, I put those earrings in my back pocket. And I am sitting down and, you know, in chairs and, in cars and stuff like that. And I put a dent into it. So yeah, needless to say, it is your girl got in trouble. I had no business doing this shit, man. I had no business being as rebellious it is that I was in my teens. Like I had no business doing that. I had no business doing that at a very early age. And if I could ever, apologize to my parents for that, it's just like, hey, listen, that was some shit that I had no business doing. So I deserve that punishment. There's some things it is like, I got punished for where that was not necessary whatsoever. But nah, this particular one was very much necessary. I fucked up on that one. I had no business doing that to my mother whatsoever. You know what I mean? And just causing that level of stress onto her. And taking up things without asking. Yeah, that's on me. That's on me. If I was ever tell my mom that story. Matter of fact, hold on. I'm curious. Hold on. I'm gonna call my mom real quick. I'm gonna call my mommy real quick. Hold on. I hope and pray that she answers. I hope she answers. I hope she answers. I hope she answers. Yeah, my mom don't want to be on stream, but yo, Mike, what's good, Mike? Damn, my mommy's not answering. She probably gonna call me back. Yeah, my mommy didn't answer. Fudge. Lucky, very lucky, because I was about to have my mother on this phone call, man. She finna ask you like, who you looking like that for, bro? I'll show my mom like a picture and stuff like that, and she'll be like, where are you going with this hoochie mama gear on? Where are you going with this? You see this shirt? You exposing bubbies like this? My mom will say something wild like this, bro. My mom is wild with wordings, bro. And especially like, because bubbies is titties. That's a West Indian term. So my mom will look at me and be like, "What you doing? Got bubbies out like this for?" You know, like stuff like that. My mom will say. He said, "Where is you going, ma'am? Nowhere. I just feel like dressing up for the stream." You know. But all right. So this story. If my mom calls me during this, then she calls me. Then I'll pause when if I see my mother calling me. But this particular story, and then I'm gonna wrap this up. And I'm gonna try to make this only into like a 30-minute video explaining like my rebellious stages of things that is I had no business doing as a kid. So for all intents and purposes, it is I did gymnastics and I did cheerleading for quite some time growing up. You know what I mean? And I started doing cheerleading, I'd say maybe like 13, 14. That went until I was about 17 years old. And I was like, okay, this is cool. It's the same thing as like gymnastics. And I was learning to do back handsprings, back tugs, all different types of stuff and whatnot. I was never a flyer. I was a back spotter or a front spotter. So at 16, I started working very early. I was working at like the age of 14. My mother was just like, we're going to get your working papers and you're going to get a job. I said, okay. So I was working at Banana Republic and I was making $10 an hour at that time. And I was like, okay, cool. So I started getting a little bit of money. And I was then saying, well, can I go get my nails done? Well, Ariel, you working. I'm not paying for it. So when you have your own money, you can get the things that is that you want. I said, okay, cool. I was out every week or every other week. I was going to get like a nice little washing set from the Dominican salon. I was getting my nails done. I would just ask my dad if he can able to just drop me off because it literally was like, it was a 2-minute drive, but walking it, you couldn't do it. Walking it would take like a smooth 45 minutes to an hour, but driving would be like minutes to get there, to get to fucking 5 corners. This shit was stupid. And across the street from the nail salon was a piercing and tattoo place. And I always would look at it because it was next to the Wendy's. So sometimes I would go get my nails done, or I'll go to Wendy's, or I'll go to Wendy's first and then eat and then go get my nails done. Either or, I'll flip flop it depending on how it is I was feeling. So one particular day, I made this rebellious decision. I got dropped off at the nail salon. I said, all right, Dad, I'm gonna go get my nails done. Boom. And once my dad was already gone, they said, hey, listen, it's gonna be like a 30-minute wait. I said, okay, cool, no problem. I looked across the street to this piercing and tattoo place, and I said, I'm gonna go get my belly pierced. I made this rebellious decision so freaking fast, point blank, just that fast. So I go across the street and I said, hey, I would like to get my belly button pierced. So they asked me how old I am. Do you have an ID? I had a learner's permit at 16. So I showed them that. And it was like, okay, well, she is 16. She is of age. Do your parents know about this? And I was just like, well, no. I was like, well, no. It's like, hey, listen, we don't want to get in trouble by your parents because you wanted to get a piercing. So it's up to you. I was like, it's my money. I'm able to do what it is. They told me it is when I'm making my own money that I could do this, right? Cool. So go ahead, get the little clamp, had the piercing. I had a blue jeweled belly ring. That blue stuck on me, you know what I mean? I've always had something blue. So I had this blue belly ring and it didn't hurt. I'd say the clamp hurt more than the actual like needle going through. So I went ahead, got pierced, and then afterwards it stung a little bit, but it wasn't as bad. And then I went to go get my nails done. My nails were also blue. And my dad picked me up. Everything was normal. All right, cool. They gave me a little like kit to make sure that I cleaned it with and everything like that. My dad didn't ask me any questions. So like, oh, what's that in the bag? Like none of that shit. So I was able to, for a while, I got away with this. My parents did not know, not a single thing. You know, I would have. I was worried with some shirts because sometimes it is I would wear like some white t-shirts and stuff or just regular t-shirts, and sometimes the piercing itself can be visible through even just wearing shirts, nothing cropped up or anything like that. So I was scared, like my parents was gonna find out some form of way. Now I'm showing age when it is that I say MySpace, but I had a MySpace when I was 16, and my ass, my little fast ass, decided to go ahead and take a picture of myself. But I had put my shirt up to where you're seeing the belly ring, right? I do a little cute little selfie with like my dad's like camera, you know what I mean, with a little like the little small camera joints. Took a little picture at the mirror, duck lips, all that, all that shit, right? And I had it as my profile picture on MySpace. And still, I was chilling, still chilling, still chilling. And now my mom, she worked at this infirmary. So my mom was a nurse. My mom is a nurse, and she worked at this infirmary for like a while. And my mom was aware it is that I had a MySpace, but my dad had talked to me when I made it to, you know, the dangers of what the internet does and everything like that. Obviously, there's like they care about their kids, so they're gonna make sure it is that they have that conversation with me. So I go ahead and I had put this as my profile picture. One day, my mom is at work. I'm at home. I went to go wash my hair and everything like that because I didn't feel like going to the Dominican salon and spending $25 to go get my hair done. I was like, oh, I could use that $25 to eat. One of my mom's friends came up to my mother and was just like, do you know it is like, so your daughter has a belly piercing, so are you okay with that? My mother said, excuse me? My daughter has a what? Yeah, like there's a picture on it on MySpace, you know, that is showing it is that she has a belly ring. My mom said, yeah? Show me it. So sure enough, at work, they pull up my damn MySpace page and they see, my mom sees this damn photo. And my mom, she comes home. Oh, she hit me with a doozy with this one. She comes home. I'm thinking this, I'm scot-free. I'm chilling because I'm doing my hair in front of the wall unit downstairs. So I'm chilling. My mom comes into the house, real chill. I was like, oh, hi, Mom. I didn't hear anything. My mom comes up to me while it is I'm flat ironing my hair. Never forget this day. She goes, do you have something it is that you had to tell me? What do you mean? No. Don't say what do you mean. Lift up the shirt. Mom, wait, hold. Lift up the shirt, Ariel. And of course, with me crying, I'm like I bust out in tears. This is not even like, bro, I could have won an Oscar for that. I could have won an Oscar for how dramatic I was. I'm crying, crying and everything. So my mom sees it. And she's just like, as much as it is, I want to rip that thing off of your stomach right now. You wait till it is your father get home. And that is the worst thing any Caribbean parent, mother can able to say to their kid. Because I won't say it is that I'm scared of my mom, but my mom is from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like she wasn't born there. She was born in Barbados, but she was raised in Brooklyn. So my mom had a lot of streets in her. And my dad did too. My dad was also born in Barbados, raised in Brooklyn, and then moved to Queens, Far Rockaway, Queens at that. There was no like, you know, just the life is chilling type of shit. My parents was always on some type of like, you know, fighting type of tip. It was good. It was good, Cherry. So when I say this, like, I was scared to know what my dad was gonna do. Of course, she told my dad as soon as he got home and everything. Oh, Ironically enough, my dad didn't do anything that night. Yo, what's good, Rags? My dad didn't do anything that night, and I was scared. I was really scared of this. Like, he was going to do something. I was like, I know this. I'm gonna get my ass chewed. I know I'm gonna get in trouble. I know I'm gonna get grounded. Something. I know something's gonna happen to me. I just don't know what is gonna happen. So the next few days, my dad was getting on me about something. I couldn't remember for the life of me of what it was. And he got so mad. This man literally, like, you know, like those carpet cleaner vacuums and whatnot for the carpet. There was still water and debris, all of that within this vacuum. My dad literally picked that thing up and he smashed it only 3 times. And he broke that entire vacuum. When I tell you it is, like, there was water, debris all over the kitchen floor. He smashed that entire thing. Like, my dad literally turned into the Hulk. It took only 3 tries and that shit was gone. And he said, clean the shit up. And he goes upstairs. I'm upset because I'm like, why did you just do this? Why did you just do this? So my mom is laughing. My mom thought that shit was funny. And I'm just like, what the fuck is so funny about this? Because I was confused. I was genuinely confused at that time at 16 because I'm like, what is the correlation of me having, what's wrong with me having my belly piercing? Like, y'all told me it is that I could able to do this when I have my own money. Yeah, but when you're living in your own house, you still gotta abide by rules. Well, Mom, you didn't say that. You said when it is I have my own money, I can able to do what it is that I want to do. If I could buy it. This is what you told me. This is what you told me. This is exactly what you told me. You told me when it is that I have my own money, I could able to do this. So my dad did not talk to me for 2 whole weeks after that. My dad wouldn't even look at me. He would not look at me. Mind you, I was a virgin and everything like that then. I had no clue what this correlation between belly piercings and, you know, oh yeah, your daughter is having sex or something like that. It's just like, no. I guess it was like the equivalent to having a tramp stamp, I guess, to my parents. And I had no clue. And I'm like, I only wanted this because I seen people on the cheerleading squad. They have it. And, you know, I don't know who paid for it or whatnot, but I just wanted it because it looked cool. Well, yeah, well, you still live in our house and you should never did it. This and this. I was like, but you told me if I had my own money, then I could able to do this. Yeah, but you need to be living on your own to do it. Okay. So I didn't get grounded, but my dad did not talk to me for 2 weeks. And I didn't have a car or anything like that at the time. So when I had to go to work, my mom would either come pick me up or I would just kind of make my way to the job, because the job wasn't that far away from like my high school. Or I think, yeah, it wasn't that far away from my high school. I had to think about what grade this was. So I go ahead and like legitimately, like, my mom would be the person to pick me up. My dad, one time, she forced my dad to go ahead and pick me up one time. When I tell you this, my dad didn't say a word to me. He didn't say a word to me that entire car ride home. He's like, oh, good afternoon. Quiet. There was no music playing. There was nothing. I mean, literally, you could hear crickets in the car. That's how, like, scary it was for your girl. My dad didn't say a word. Oh, are you hungry? Are you feeling okay? Nothing. I had silence. My dad did not talk to me for 2 weeks because of that shit. He was so mad at me. And I think after a while, it is my dad, like, got past this. But that, you know, like, that I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed within myself at this time, because I'm like, I didn't know that this was going to break my dad's heart. Let alone did I understood what came with doing this. I wanted it just for aesthetic, purposes. But seeing my dad that upset with me, you know, that really put a toll on your girl. So I was like, damn, I fucked up. I funked out. So yeah, that was my stories. That's my rebellious stories of me as a kid. I wish I had the picture to show it, but for the life of me, I don't remember where this picture is. Um, and I'm not gonna go to my MySpace because I don't even remember the login information for me to even do this. That's how bad it is. But yeah, like I said, I had no business doing those things as like a teen and as a kid, but you know, and my dad would be wondering why I don't want a relationship with him. He said, hearing the story makes me want to go back and get the full neck tattoo and risk it. Nah, hell no. I don't even want a neck tattoo now, let alone if I did something like that as a kid. My parents would be like, yeah, you gotta go. You gotta get the fuck out. You gotta get the fuck out. I mean, my parents didn't trip about this, they didn't trip about this. But I was already 21 at the time. And I got it while I was in college. So most of the time it is I forget about this tattoo, to be honest. I do want more tattoos. But hey, listen, moral of the story is don't be rebellious, you know what I mean? Don't be rebellious. Don't be out here giving your parents a heartache. Don't do the things it is that I did. Please. Save that level of a headache for your parents, because they're always gonna remember those things, and you're gonna remember it too when you realize it. Like, yo, that was the most stupidest thing. Why did I do that? And now it is entered into my 30s, and eventually when it is, I do have my own kids. I am going to be very mindful of just like, yeah, listen, one of my kids been able to try me in some form of way, like how it is that I tried my parents. And how do you go ahead knowing it is that kids are going to try to lie, kids are going to try to do certain things even when you tell them not to? So that's those are my rebellious stories. But I always think about that now. Now that I'm older, just thinking about that, it's just like, damn. Yeah, I'm 31. I'm actually gonna be 32 in February. I'll be 32. So yeah, I think he was disappointed about the piercing because he didn't want you to be like the other girls. But but the crazy thing was, I wasn't like the other girls. That's the whole kill. That's the whole kill. I wasn't even like that. It's crazy to me. He said I made dinner while you was talking about the story. Might get a drink too. Hey, listen, do your thing, bro. But yeah, moral of the story, don't be out here giving your parents a heartache.